Oh, you want to grow a beard too? Sick of this stuff.
No. Seeing you again. Talking. Face to face. As equals.
We'll have plenty of time to catch up after I break this loop.
I hope you'll hear me out.
And I hope you'll see that I'm doing this for you too.
Just watch your step at the party, Colt. You're so close.
Hey, guys, I have top secret information.
Okay, what is it?
I said it was top secret.
Spill it, asshole.
Okay. The best place to see the fireworks is next to the stage.
That's it. That's all you've got? Please die.
What? It's gonna be spectacular.
I'm freezing my ass off looking for Colt. Better be fucking spectacular.
We should take him alive and strap him to the fireworks. What? Just a thought.
This is Alexis Dorsey, Eon program visionary and primary financial backer. I need to speak quickly to the guests of my Devouring of the Lambs party tonight. Congratulations on getting invited, guys. A reminder, bring the required accessory and your appetite. If you forget either, you will be denied entry. I mean it. We are modern wolves, and the time has come for feeding. Boys and girls of Black Reef, this is Ramblin' Frank, out on the bay. First day should have been beautiful, but some of my best friends, your visionaries, are dead. Murdered by one of our own. Now look at me, eulogizing when I should be entertaining, but you know what? This is my kind of town. There's blood in the streets and crud on the sheets. Let's light one up for the dead, and tomorrow we can get them good and drunk and tell them all about it. What? Is that? Oh, shit.
And now towards, well, he says Artyomovsk, I will continue to say Bakhmut, we are seeing important changes, Pushilin said. He noted that the community of Krasnopolyevka had been cleared on Monday with a mop-up of Dvorechye underway. As far as we are concerned, the heights around Kleshayevka was certainly important. This made it possible to gain operational control over the supply routes for Siversk and Artyomovsk. So we see that from Pushilin's point of view, the ring is closing around the Ukrainian troops still in Bakhmut. And by the way, shortly before I started making this program, there were reports that the Ukrainians were trying themselves to blow up bridges north of Bakhmut on the railway lines. I understand the purpose of that is to try to slow down the Russian advance towards Siversk. And anyway, that I strongly suspect remains the main focus of the battle. And that of course brings us back to that report by the BND, the German intelligence agency, which briefed the Bundestag last week, the German parliament, about the development of the situation in Bakhmut. It said that Ukraine is losing troops, in numbers of troops, in 3 figures every day in the fighting around Bakhmut. And it's not quite clear how many. I mean, 3 figures could be 100 or it could be 999. But anyway, one gets the sense that they mean, the BND is saying that lots of Ukrainians are becoming casualties in this fight in Bakhmut, in and around Bakhmut. And the BND also said that if Bakhmut does indeed fall under Russian control, which, as I have long been saying, is ultimately inevitable unless there is some dramatic change in the course of the war that will open up the possibility for Russian advances in all sorts of places. And I've no doubt that that, by the way, is true. And I discussed a few days ago an article by Big Serge in which he explained the importance of Bakhmut and why capturing Bakhmut is going to create a major crisis with respect to Ukrainian positions in Donbass. And I noticed Brian Beletic also talking about how the fall of Soledar is already creating possibly some of the conditions in the Donbass battlefields that resemble those that happened further north in the Lugansk region back in the summer when the important fortified town of Popasnaya was also captured by the Russians. And I don't want to say more than Brian Beletic said. He said it's still early, and this is an evolving situation, and we don't yet know that Soledar is indeed equivalent to Popasnaya, but perhaps it is. Anyway, that's, it seems to me, where we are on the battlefields. We have advances in Zaporozhye by the Russians, advances apparently in Vuhledar, near Vuhledar, by the Russians as well. There have been reports, by the way, which I haven't touched on here, of more fighting by the Russians, pushing further in the Marinka area near Donetsk city. I'm not going to go into the details of that because I don't actually have many details, but apparently there's reports there, and of the Russians continuing to apply pressure in the Svatovo-Kremenaya area. Whatever offensive the Ukrainians appear to have been planning there, apparently it's not been acted upon. And there was also a rather intriguing report from Ukrainian sources a few days ago about Russian reconnaissance groups operating along the northern border of Ukraine near the town, or rather I should say the city of Sumy. Sumy is a fairly large place. The Russians briefly occupied it in March, though apparently they pulled out of it fairly quickly as they moved forces through Sumy towards Kiev. That was all in the early days of the fighting in this conflict. Sumy was then basically surrounded by the Russians. They didn't try to maintain control of Sumy. Some Russians, by the way, think that was a serious mistake. But anyway, a lot of that apparently going on during the fighting in March, and we see Russian reconnaissance troops now probing that very area in and around Sumy. Who knows to what purpose and for what reason. So we'll see what's happening, but as I said, my own clear view is that the focus of the battle remains, of the war remains Bakhmut, and the Russian military obviously are never going to share their plans, but I suspect that's been the case from the outset. Way back in March, I was saying that the fighting that was going on around Kiev was the sideshow. For the Russians, the focus was Donbass, and I've been saying that fairly consistently throughout this conflict, and I believe that's still the case. Now, the reason I'm saying that, by the way, is because the Russians say it themselves. Russian commanders say very little about their plans. They're very, very cautious to provide as little information as possible about what they're going to do. The chief of the Russian General Staff, General Gerasimov,
Someone else can worry about that.
Hey! Hey, is this one of Dorothy's own compositions?
Skeptics.
What?
Big head.
Nah, this is just dance music. Alexis makes intelligent dance music.
Yeah, I bet he only calls it that because no one else will dance to it.
That's not how I left it.
Children are the future. Mass manufacturing. I'm a junior vocational academy.
They just let us help them.
Here already.
You recognize me, right? Somebody supposed to shout for baby protein shakes at these guys. Anyway, one time this bartender didn't take the tip. I guess.
Whatever.
Break my cup here. You're lucky there's still bottles of it, or you'd all be fucking charcuterie. All I wanted was a nice cold glass of sweet. My ass!
Just let us help them.
Whatever.
All right.
Meditating today anyway.
Definitely quick from another. She's pretty fucking old, so I knocked her to bedroom window.
All your books.
Already got full ammo.
The family was mine.
Things. Extravagance.
Skeptics, big heads, narrow ears, ignorance.
Things, extravagance.
Didn't feel like meditating today anyway. Things. Extravagance.
What's up, sluts? I cornered the manufacturing rights to an anti-parasitic medical treatment and immediately tripled the price. Of course, there were deaths, lawsuits, whatever. Profits far outstripped our small legal fees. We made... Yeah! Cheap bastards, guys. They couldn't have afforded it. If it was important enough to them, you know? Sell a kidney, I don't know, sell glue. Did the same thing next quarter with dozens of other medications. It is just good business.
Big heads, narrow views.
Milk-fed, cage-free, and completely pampered? You gonna make an expensive hamburger, Alexis.
Colt, if it's you, don't move.
Nope, I'm good.
Let yourself go. There is no death. There is only the loop. Oh.
No, I'm not like this. Go your head again. Whatever. Don't have to. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to learn.
Look, I'm not the type of man to get aggressive. Understand? I'm a gentleman. Chivalry matters, right? But you push and push and push, and eventually, you know, I might push back.
What is it, Igor? I love the moon. Look at this place. Don't feel over tomorrow.
Absolutely curious, isn't it? First day, almost over. Well, in more ways than one.
Colt was such a surprise.
Didn't feel like
And we're
meditating
just getting
today
started.
anyway.
There's so much to learn.
And you're making it easy for him.
I am not.
You are. You were standing right
Can't
next to
fucking
me, Igor.
sleep without seeing
Do me a
that
favor?
face.
Go the fuck away.
You missed me. Look, while we're in Congress, I wanted to discuss about the quantum mechanics.
You know, it's almost impossible for me to admit this, but yes, I did miss you. Built the last
crazy
house.
bitch!
Just let
I
it go
almost
and
broke
live in
my
this place
neck!
and fall over
That's
tomorrow.
the idea! Stay away from me, Igor!
Can't fucking sleep without seeing that face. We doing right now?
The concept of identity is fraud. When do you experience something? Back out. Worth it though.
Extravagant. Didn't feel like meditating today anyway.
I'll show her.
Frankly, I'm starting to doubt Igor's supposed leadership around here. Go let us help him. I'm starting to doubt Igor's supposed leadership around here. I don't know.
Feel like meditating today anyway.
Cool, right?
Celebrate. Party till we die. Do it over. only 24 hours. Just tomorrow.
That's correct. We could keep this loop going for years. Things. Extravagance.
I know, right? It's not part of my skill set.
Military attitude. See you later.
They just let us help them.
Are devoting a large number of loop iterations to your vivisection is a probabilistic certainty. Impossible to say how many, but I predict it to be in the hundreds.
The Eon program is bigger than us. Did you see that?
Yeah. No fear. All you need is the loop. You see that? I'm feeling left out.
Better not be cold.
Hello? Someone there!
The loop is everything.
Hold.
The loop is your life.
No.
Better not be cold.
Hello?
Servant's over. Very well.
Wake up challenge.
Yeah, we agree. Frankly, I'm... expect that when you're on view. You know, maybe? Let us help him. Narrow views. Ignoramuses, man.
Things. Extravagance.
Just let us help him.
Meditating today.
Cardi Melick. Timber, ironclad, cromulent.
Ketoplan. Monsters thing. You bet. We've done this before, haven't we?
Not quite like this. Hear me out first, okay? I'm unarmed, and I have a real treat for you. You'll like it. Or not. I don't know, who can guess with you?
More talking. My favorite. Yup! Perfectly normal. Oh, it's gonna leave a mark.
Welcome back.
This ain't normal.
In that case, are dueling pistols. Vintage pieces, original oil cartridges, completely unique.
Kinda dusty.
They're museum pieces, part of history, worth preserving, like Black Reef. Please, sit.
I'd rather stand. Thanks.
Did it ever occur to you that I always wake up first? So if we survive the collapse of the loop, you'll wake up with the barrel of my gun in your mouth.
Dying for real beats living like this.
You mean living with me? You hate me.
Living here, stuck in this fulfilling day.
You used to like me. You used to see this place for what it could be. Then you murdered me.
So you could have a real life without do-overs.
And I thought you were ready for answers.
Great, fine.
I get it. You've been through a lot. You finally know how to break this place, but that doesn't mean you know how to use it.
Sure I do. Target practice.
Colt.
What? Want me to write a book, paint a fucking portrait?
I want you to ask questions. About this place. About me. About the other Colts.
So I can forget the answers like everyone else.
People forget because they're bored. You're not bored, are you?
Not the word I'd use.
So stay. I'll show you incredible things.
Now, how many times have we had this exact conversation? Is there a version of your fun that isn't us killing each other?
Hey, listen. I came here to be Eon's fucking archivist. You murdered me over and over. So, yeah, I fought back, and I learned to like it.
Every fight gets old eventually.
But you love the hunt. You started this.
Then it's on me to end it. For everyone.
You know, no one will forgive you. I won't forgive you.
It's happening.
It doesn't have to. Colt, you still have a choice. Take the pistol. Take it.
Are these antiques even gonna fire?
If you pull the trigger.
And if I don't?
Amazing things. Other worlds, other times.
Where we kill each other.
Sounds like fun. On 3. 1, 2, 3. You know, for a second you almost had me.
Okay. Here goes.
Okay, plan. What are we doing later?
Already got plans. Party, cake stand, drop Alexis in the meat grinder. You know.
Classy night. Want to get a drink after?
Like, with you?
Yeah.
I like drinking.
Yeah, you do.
Think you can keep up?
You survive the party. I'll bring the beers.
Toxic illusion.